Good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network for tonight's broadcast of the 1971-72 Epic Basketball League playoffs. My name is Dave Little, and we are coming to you live from the Dave Cave, and tonight we have a doozy. This is Game 5 of the best-of-5 series between the Houston Rockets and the Chicago Bulls. We saw these teams a couple weeks ago in a game that came down to the final buzzer. That was Game 3, and it was won by Houston on a layup by Stu Lance with 19 seconds to play. Game 4 also turned out to be a two-point contest as we bring up the playoff brackets, as it was Chicago pulling out the Game 4 victory in Houston to push this series to tonight's Game 5. Bob Love and Chet Walker combined for the final 10 points for the Bulls as they just held off Rudy Tomjanovich and Elvin Hayes and Calvin Murphy and the Rockets for the victory in that contest. That brings us to tonight and Game 5 between the Bulls and the Rockets with a spot in the semifinals on the line. The New York Knicks await the winner of this matchup. And in the opposite side of our championship bracket, we have the prohibitive favorites, Los Angeles Lakers, with Wilt Chamberlain, Jerry West, and Gail Goodrich, set to face off against Lou Alcindor, now known as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and the Milwaukee Bucks. So the quarterfinals will end here tonight, and next week we will start seeing some semifinal action in the championship bracket here in the 1971-72 Epic Basketball League. And with that, let us get things started with the starting lineups. For the Houston Rockets, the point guard is the explosive, the exciting, the dynamic Calvin Murphy. Murphy, of course, the second-year man out of Niagara, and he is the spark that makes the Rockets go. Stu Lance is his backcourt mate, fourth-year man out of Nebraska, and the hero of Game 3 of this series. Greg Smith is your small forward, very steady rebounder and defensive presence. Fourth-year man out of Western Kentucky. The power forward, the well-known Rudy Tomjanovich, 15 points per game and 8 rebounds from Rudy T. And, of course, the superstar for the Rockets, the big man in the middle, Elvin Hayes, also a fourth-year man out of the University of Houston. And he is a dandy. For the Bulls, you have a veteran backcourt in Norm Van Leer out of St. Francis, Pennsylvania, and Jerry Sloan out of Evansville. Both these two were first-team all-defensive performers in 1971-72. And the small forward is Chet Walker and his forward mate, Bob Love. These two are the guys that make things happen for the Bulls. Walker, a 10th-year man out of Bradley. Love in his 6th year out of Southern University and A&M College. This was an all-star season for Love and a second-team All-NBA performance for Love in 71-72 with 25.8 points, 6.6 rebounds per game. And the big man inside, Tom Burwinkle, fourth-year man out of Tennessee, 11.2 rebounds per game for Burwinkle, and also one of the best passing big men of his era. So, fans, we are ready for action here in Chicago at Chicago Stadium. So relax, grab yourself a cold one, and enjoy tonight's ball game as we get things rolling and we say hello to Dave Gardner. All right, some Dave Little basketball tonight, says Dave Gardner, and it is always a fine time to see Dave Gardner in the arena as the tip is controlled by Houston. Moving from right to left on your computer screen, the ball is already in the hands of ELVIN Hayes, being guarded tightly by Tomjanovich. Hayes is going to take it up strong. And his shot rolls around and off. Tipped out of there by Burwinkle. And Tomjanovich takes the rebound but kicks it out of bounds for a turnover. And possession goes over to the Bulls. Here comes Chicago under the leadership of Norm Van Leer at the point. Van Leer sets up the offense. He's got Sloan open on the wing. They send it over to Sloan. 13 on the shot clock. Sloan guarded closely by Stu Lance. Sloan's going to try and take it to the hole. He collides with Lance. His layup is no good. We've got a whistle and a foul, and that will go against Lance. And Jerry Sloan will earn a couple of free throw opportunities here for Chicago in their opening possession. Sloan connects on the first, and we've got our first point of the ball game. Sloan hits them both, and it is a 2-0 lead for the Bulls. Murphy brings the Rockets down to the offensive end. Sends it inside to Rudy Tomjanovich. Tomjanovich has a mismatch over Jerry Sloan on the switch, and Tomjanovich converts that one for his first basket of the night. Tie ball game at 2. Chicago back on offense. They get it on the baseline to Love. Bob Love can hit from the perimeter, but this shot is tipped. Tipped away by Tomjanovich out of bounds. The Bulls will keep possession with 8 on the shot clock. Norm Van Leer has it on the outside with 8 on the shot clock, working against Calvin Murphy. Murphy, a very solid defender in his own right. Van Leer looks to distribute. He finds Walker on the wing. Walker's going to put it up from outside. With the shot clock running out, his shot falls short. Tomjanovich takes the rebound. Houston basketball. Here come the Rockets. Murphy has it working against Walker. Murphy's going to call his own number. Free throw line extended. Tries to get the shot off. It's slapped away by Van Leer. And Chicago has the ball in transition. Sloan running with Van Leer down the court. Van Leer takes it up the center of the court. Passes it over to Sloan on the wing. Sloan lays it up and good.
Jerry Sloan from Van Leer.
Well done by both Van Leer and Sloan for the finish. Chicago now up 4-2. Murphy with it, sends it inside to Hayes. Back out to Murphy for the 15-footer. That's around the rim and out. Burwinkle takes the rebound. A quick outlet, the Bulls will run again. Van Leer has Walker and Love. Walker in the center of the court, sends it to Van Leer. Van Leer lays it up and good.
Norm Van Leer from Walker.
So Chicago starting off at a quick pace. They jump out to a 6-2 lead. Murphy tries to calm down the Rockets. Sends it to Tomjanovich on the baseline. Rudy T is going to try and get it inside to ELVIN Hayes. Hayes got a clean look, but could not put the shot down. Tomjanovich takes the rebound, and he'll send it back out to Murphy for a fresh 24. Murphy's going to look back inside to Rudy T. They get it to Smith. The Tomjanovich inside. His short jump shot is missed. And Jerry Sloan takes the rebound for Chicago. The Bulls want to run again. It's Love and Van Leer on the breakout. Love dribbles to his left. Drops it off to Van Leer. Van Leer lays it up in good.
Norm Van Leer from Love.
So Norm Van Leer providing the spark for the Bulls here in the early going. 4 points, 1 assist. And Chicago is quickly out ahead 8-2. Houston tries to slow things down. They drop it down inside again to Hayes. Posting up against Burwinkle. His fadeaway jump shot is no good. Murphy sneaks in for the rebound. Passes it back out to Lance. We'll give the Rockets another go-round. Again, they look inside to Hayes. This time his short jump shot is good. 8-4 now in favor of the Bulls as they come back down to the offensive end of the floor. Chicago with it now in the hands of Chet Walker. Walker works his way into the lane, working down low against Greg Smith. His shot is up, and Rudy Tomjanovich comes over and blocks it. Smith steals the rebound for Houston. Rockets have another possession. Murphy's going to put up a quick jump shot from the outside. That's no good. And Burwinkle takes the rebound for Chicago. Back come the Bulls, still leading by 8-4. As now they have it on the baseline with Bob Love. Love likes that baseline jump shot. This time he missed everything. Out of bounds, basketball over to Houston. So Chicago with some success on the fast break. Neither team has really gotten a rhythm established in the half-court offense. As Murphy tries to call a play for the Rockets, this time he is going to take it into the lane. He drives the lane, and he is called for the charge. A little too aggressive there was Calvin Murphy. That's his first foul of the evening. Chicago back in possession of the basketball. Still leading by 4. They've got it in the hands of Walker. Walker works it down into the lane, gives it off to Love, and it's stolen by Calvin Murphy. Nice defense by Murphy, gives possession back to Houston. And once again, they're going to try and find their big man Hayes inside. Hayes has been defended well by Burwinkle so far, and this time he traveled. Burwinkle with some stellar inside defense to frustrate Hayes and create the turnover. Under 8 minutes to play in the first quarter. The score remains the Bulls 8, the Rockets 4. Bulls on offense now. They dump it inside again to Walker. They're working that half-court game through Walker. This time his shot is blocked again. Hayes got him that time. Van Leer takes the rebound, and Chicago retains possession. Van Leer looks to distribute. Sends it down low to Walker. Walker is again going to try a shot from the paint, and this time he's got his pocket picked by Stu Lance. Numbers for Houston. It's a 4-on-1 transition opportunity. Murphy in the lead. Sends it to Lance on the wing. Lance dumps it back to Murphy. Murphy drives to his right, lays it up and good. That ends the scoring drought for Houston and makes it an 8-6 ball game. With it now inside is Love for Chicago. Working against Tomjanovich. Fakes to his left, turns to his right, fires and scores. First basket of the night for Bob Love. Chicago now up 10-6. Houston comes back and they send it outside to Stu Lance. Lance getting his first look at a shot here tonight. His jump shot is short. And Jerry Sloan comes out of there with a tough rebound for the Bulls. Back comes Chicago. They get it inside to Walker once again. Walker steps away from the basket, looks down to Love on the post, and it is tipped away and out of bounds. The possession will remain with Chicago with 9 on the shot clock. 10-6, Chicago with the lead and the basketball. It will be Walker to inbound. He looks inside to Bob Love. Butterbean rises up, misses the shot, off the back iron too strong. Chet Walker clears the glass for Chicago. Walker with a putback attempt goes to the left hand, lays it off the backboard and through. 12-6 now. Chicago in the lead. 6:33 to play first quarter. Houston runs the motion offense. Murphy sends it over to Lance, down inside to Hayes. Hayes, a quiet night so far, still working against Burwinkle, and Burwinkle made him alter that one again. Hayes misses again, and Jerry Sloan comes out of there with another rebound for Chicago. So the Bulls have taken control here early in the first quarter. Let's see if they can build on this momentum. They've got it in the hands of Van Leer now with 12 on the shot clock, working against Murphy. Van Leer drives into the lane, looks to distribute, sends it outside to Jerry Sloan on the perimeter. The jump shot from Sloan is off target, but he is fouled on the play by Stu Lance, and that is number 2 on Lance. And he is going to have to head to the bench here in the first quarter. Midway through the first quarter, to replace Lance, it will be Mike Newland into the ball game. One shot for Sloan. He missed that one. There's a battle for the rebound, and it's pulled out of there by Burwinkle. Burwinkle looking to distribute. An excellent passer. Finds Van Leer out on top. Van Leer at the head of the key lets fly. That's no good. Cleared out of there by Greg Smith for the Rockets. Rockets in transition. Murphy in the lead with Newland. Newland and Smith. They pass it to Hayes, the trailer. Hayes dumps it back to Murphy. Murphy misses the layup. No good by Murphy. Greg Smith takes the rebound out of there for Houston. Smith with the putback attempt. And that's no good. He is knocked down to the floor on the play by Sloan. And it will be Greg Smith going to the line shooting 2 on the foul. First foul of the night for Jerry Sloan. First foul on the Rockets. First foul on the Bulls here tonight. Smith connects on the first free throw. Not a stellar free throw shooter, but he hit the first. Second shot for Smith is good. And that makes the score 12-8 in favor of the Bulls. Now 5:40 to play here in the first quarter. Bob Love has it on the inside now for Chicago. Working against Rudy T. It's been a tough battle already tonight. That shot by Love is up and off the side of the rim, no good. Elvin Hayes takes the rebound for Houston. Gets it out to Murphy. Murphy will run again. Murphy dribbles to his right. Drops it to Greg Smith. Smith's layup is good.
Smith from Murphy.
Nicely set up that time by Calvin Murphy, who drew the defense, dropped it off to Smith for the easy layup, and it's now a 2-point ball game, 12-10. Bulls with the lead and the basketball as Van Leer looks to set things up. Looking for Love inside once again, positioned in the lane. The short jump shot by Love is no good. Actually, it's no good, and there is a foul on the play on Tomjanovich. That foul was called on the floor. The field goal attempt is waved off, and it will just be a one-shot opportunity for Bob Love here with 5:08 to play in the first. Love converts that shot, and that puts Chicago up 13-10. Houston basketball with Murphy. Guarded on the switch by Sloan. By Love. As Murphy comes off the screen, he's got an open look, but he cannot get the shot to fall. Left it short. Van Leer takes the rebound for Chicago. Bulls regain possession. Here come the Bulls. The ball is in the hands of Jerry Sloan. Sloan looks to send it to Walker on the wing. Walker from the outside, pumps, fakes, drives the lane, lays it up, and scores. That's 4 points for Chet Walker. The Bulls lead is back up to 5, 15-10, 4:44 to play in the first quarter. With it for Houston is Newland. Newland looks to Tomjanovich on the perimeter. Tomjanovich tries to get it inside to Hayes. Finally, Hayes gets one to go, breaking his scoring slump and making it 15-12. Hayes has really got his hands full with Tom Burwinkle on the inside tonight, as it is now a 15-12 ball game. Chicago with the lead, looking to expand that lead. Ball is in the hands of Bob Love. Love working down low against Tomjanovich. His layup is good.
Bob Love.
And that puts Chicago back on top by 5. We're seeing 2 very good battles here tonight between some outstanding low-post players. Hayes battling Burwinkle, and Tomjanovich going at it with Bob Love. Some good action here tonight in Chicago. Houston looks inside to Rudy T. Working against Love. Tomjanovich, fakes right, goes left, lays it off the glass, and good. Brings Houston back to within 3, 4 minutes to play in the first quarter. And that means we are soon going to see the second units hit the court. Here's Van Leer with an outside jump shot, no good, but he is fouled on the play by Murphy, and that is his second. Murphy had the offensive foul earlier in the night, and he is going to head to the bench as part of his normal rotation, but he and Stu Lance are both carrying 2 fouls. Into the game for Houston is John Egan at the point. Dick Gibbs will play the small forward. Cliff Mealy in at the power forward, and Dick Cunningham in at the center position. So the second unit for Houston is set. For Chicago, Van Leer is going to stay in the game to shoot the free throws. Jim King will come in at the shooting guard. We'll see Jackie Dinkins come in to play the small forward position. Dinkins, the rookie out of Voorhees. Your power forward will be Howard Porter, another rookie out of Villanova, and another rookie, Clifford Ray, into the game at the center position. Ray is a rebounding monster out of Oklahoma and made the first team all-rookie squad in the NBA in the 1971-72 season. As Van Leer hits the second free throw, and that puts Chicago back on top by 5, 19-14, as John Egan brings the Rockets' offense back into play. Working against Van Leer, who's still in the game. Egan takes the shot from the top of the key. That's way off. Out of bounds, basketball will go to Chicago, and that will give the Bulls the opportunity to bring in their backup point guard, Bob Weiss. And action continues with the second units here. 3:34 to play in the first quarter. Weiss on the outside sends it over to Jimmy King. King is going to drive. Gets into the lane, lays it up and good.
Jim King.
He got around Mike Newland and got to the basket, and that puts Chicago up by 7, their biggest lead of the night. 21-14 is your score. Houston's going to look to Gibbs. Gibbs from the wing nails the jump shot. His first basket of the night. It's a 5-point lead, 21-16. Chicago with the basketball. Weiss sends it inside to Howard Porter. Porter working on the low block against Mealy. Porter on the inside. His short jump shot is too strong off the back iron. Porter gets his own rebound. Porter with a putback attempt. He pump fakes. He rises up. He shoots and scores. 23-16 Chicago. Houston with the basketball. Newland on the outside works against King. Newland's going to explore the lane. He's cut off by Clifford Ray. His shot is no good. Cunningham takes the offensive board. Cunningham with the putback for Houston. That's no good. And Jackie Dinkins comes out with the rebound for the Bulls. The Bulls want to run. They've got King. They've got Dinkins out ahead of the pack. King with the basketball. Dribbles to his left. Sends it to Dinkins on the baseline. Dinkins drives the baseline, lays it up and good.
Jackie Dinkins from King.
Nice fast break there by the Bulls once again. They're now up 9. Biggest lead of the ball game. Houston trying to get something started. They get it inside to Cliff Mealy on the low block. Mealy turns and fires. Unloads from point-blank range off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound taken out of there by Jim King for Chicago. A tough shooting night so far for Houston. Only 7 out of their first 21 field goal attempts have connected. And they trail now by 9, with Chicago looking to extend the lead as Weiss brings the offense back. Weiss delivers it over to King on the outside. King has room to operate, comes off the screen, pulls the trigger, but misses to the left. Off the rim, Porter takes the offensive rebound for Chicago. Porter's putback attempt is no good, and the rebound taken out of there by Houston by Mike Newland. Houston looking to get something going on the offense here. Egan's got it out on top. Egan dribbles to his left, finds an opening, gets into the lane. His shot is no good. Rebound taken off the offensive glass by Gibbs. Gibbs with the putback attempt. That's no good. Rebound is kicked out of bounds. Possession will go to Chicago. Down to 1.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Chicago has opened up a 9-point lead as the struggles continue for Houston from the field. Chicago dumps it inside to Dinkins, down low to Porter. Porter flips up the shot from the side of the lane, no good. Dinkins takes the rebound, passes it back out to Bob Weiss at the top of the key. Another 24-second shot clock for the Bulls. Weiss gets it back over to Dinkins. Backing down now on Gibbs. Dinkins turns to his left, fires it up off the glass, but he traveled with it. That's a turnover. So Chicago comes up empty on that possession, and Houston with a chance now to cut into the lead. On the outside, Gibbs is open. Gibbs with the perimeter jump shot. That is good.
Gibbs from Mealy.
4 points for Gibbs. And we're in the final minute of play here in the first quarter. Chicago up 25-18. Weiss sets up the offense, sends it over to King on the wing. King on the wing will drive. Ball fakes, dribbles to his right. Cut off by Cunningham. The layup by King is no good, but we've got a foul on the play, and that is against Cunningham for Houston. Dick Cunningham, the backup center, commits the foul, and it will be 2 shots for Jim King for the Bulls. King makes the first. Very good free throw shooter, 80% on the season. Second shot by King is off, no good. Rebounded by Gibbs. Chicago has the 8-point lead. Houston with the basketball. Running the motion offense. A little bit of confusion as a couple of guys were out of position. It ends up in the hands of Mealy. Mealy works it down low. He's got King on him on the mismatch. Dribbles to his left. No place to go. Mealy has to call timeout. So really chaotic possession there for Houston. They've only got 5 on the shot clock here to make something happen. As Gibbs will inbound. And Gibbs will send it down low to Mealy. Mealy on the block. Outside to Egan. Egan's shot is way off, but Weiss hit him on the arm, and that will be a 2-shot foul. Headed to the free throw line for Houston is John Egan, the veteran 10th-year man out of Providence. 81% free throw shooter. The first shot is smooth, and it is good. Egan hits them both, and it is now 26-20. Chicago with the lead and the basketball. 23 seconds to play. Shot clock is turned off, and it looks like the Bulls are going to attempt to hold for the final shot of the period. Weiss dribbles off some clock, sends it over to Dinkins. Dinkins from the outside misses the jump shot. It's ripped out of there by Cunningham. 3 seconds to play. Can Houston do anything with it? They try to get it into Mealy. The shot by Mealy is no good at the buzzer, and that is the end of the first quarter. Dave, this looks weird tonight. Everything seems smaller on the screen, and I see icons on the right. Interesting. Everything looks fine to me. But we'll see what happens when we turn the chalkboard back on. As first we will take a look at the box score. Pay no attention to the score at the top of the screen. That was the score of Game 4. Your score here at the end of the first quarter of Game 5 is Chicago 26 and Houston 20. Really a difficult offensive quarter for both teams. All scorers are led by Chicago's Norm Van Leer with 6 points, 5 points for Bob Love, as Chicago shoots 45% from the field. Houston manages only 32% from the field. They have 4 different guys with 4 points each. Greg Smith, Rudy Tomjanovich, Elvin Hayes, and Dick Gibbs off the bench. Hayes with a tough night, 2 for 6 shooting and only 1 rebound in that first quarter, as he was quiet and played well by Burwinkle, who had no points, but 3 rebounds and a blocked shot. The screens of the game just seem smaller, says Dave Gardner. Yeah, keep me posted, because I'm seeing everything looking fine on my end. Before we head back to action, a quick update from the Heartland Championship Wrestling. I hope to get wrestling on the channel tomorrow. We had a big pay-per-view last weekend that took place offline. and we crowned new NWA World Tag Team Champions. The previous champions, the Steiner brothers, met up with their longtime rivals Dick the Bruiser and the Crusher, and it was Bruiser and Crusher who pulled the victory with a nice win to capture the World Tag Team Championship. Ric Flair successfully defended his World Heavyweight Championship with a win over Randy Savage. And in another big match at that pay-per-view, it was the Atlantic Wrestling Federation Championship with Barry Windham, a member of the Horsemen, defending against Curt Hennig. And Curt Hennig surprised everybody by coming out with a new manager, SoCal Val. Hennig has signed on with Val's pals, and he and Windham had a wild heel versus heel brawl that ended in a double countout. And those two will square off again on the channel tomorrow with the Atlantic Heavyweight Championship on the line on the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network. And with that, we will head back to action here on the court, and we'll see what we can do about this display. Dave, thanks for your comments. As we go back to the court, no substitutions will be made. And now we have the court on the screen, and let's see how that looks on the monitor. Based on my monitor, I'm seeing somewhat smaller icons, and let's see if I can do anything with the settings that will fix that. Dave, any suggestions you have? I'm happy to hear. Icon size. Let's make the icons very large. Maybe that'll help. Let's see how that looks, Dave, and we'll go ahead and get back to action. The tip-off goes to Chicago. Jackie Dinkins has the basketball on the wing. He's going to send it back out to Bob Weiss at the top of the key. Weiss fires from 15, takes the jump shot, and scores it. Oh, so you're talking about the taskbar icons. Let's see if we can get rid of that. Let's we'll get rid of the taskbar off the screen. I've always had those set before, Dave, so we'll see if this looks better. Thanks again for your feedback. Egan with the basketball for Houston has possession at the top of the key, guarded by Weiss. He's going to look inside to the open man, who is Mealy. Mealy sends it over to Gibbs. Back into Mealy. Mealy bobbles it, gets it back. Quick move to the basket. Comes up empty on the shot. Mealy grabs his own rebound. Mealy with the putback attempt, and that's also off. Mealy with another opportunity. Working hard inside. His third shot attempt is again no good. This time it is Dick Cunningham with the rebound for Houston. Rockets are pounding the boards, but they cannot get a shot to fall. Finally, Cunningham gets one to go. 2 points for Houston, and that makes it 28-22. It took them 4 tries, but the Rockets finally got a basket off the offensive glass to pull the game back to within 6. Chicago now with the basketball. Weiss on the outside takes the shot. It's way off. Out of bounds. Basketball goes over to Houston. Rockets looking to cut into the lead. Egan calling a play. Sends it inside again to Mealy. Mealy working hard in there tonight against Howard Porter. But again, the layup will not fall. Porter got a piece of that one. Jackie Dinkins pulls the rebound for Chicago. The Bulls want to run the floor. They've got Weiss. They've got Dinkins. Weiss pushing it up the court. Dribbles to his left. Drops it to Dinkins in the center of the lane. Dinkins missed the layup. Could not get the layup to go. Dinkins gets his own rebound. Dinkins on the putback attempt. And we've got a whistle and a play and a stoppage of play as the referee goes down. Got tangled up with Porter. Action will stop. And we will set things up back at the top of the key. Not sure what happened there, but Chicago retains possession of the basketball. Everybody looks to be all right. The referee's back in the game. Dinkins will inbound to Chicago for Chicago. He's going to send it to Weiss out on top. Weiss passes it over to Dinkins. Back to Weiss coming off the screen. Drives to the baseline. He's cut off by Cunningham. The shot is no good. Dinkins with another rebound for Chicago. Dinkins with a putback attempt. And he missed that one. But we've got a whistle and a foul on the play, and that is going to go against Dick Gibbs, and that will send Jackie Dinkins to the free throw line for 2 shots. Dinkins has come off of the bench with 5 rebounds for the Bulls. He leads all rebounders. Now let's see what he can do at the free throw line. Only a 55% shooter on the regular season. He gets the first to go. Dinkins lines up number 2 and drops it home. He looked great on those. He's got 4 points now. Chicago is back on top by 8. 30-22 is the score. Houston with the basketball, trying to cut into the deficit. They send it over to Gibbs on the wing. Gibbs pulls the trigger from outside. No, he's fouled by Dinkins. That foul is on the floor. That will be 1 shot for Dick Gibbs. And he connects. 30-23 is now your score. Houston trails by a touchdown. Chicago with the basketball. They get it inside to Clifford Ray. Ray's been quiet off the bench so far, but this time he lays it up and gets it to go. 2 points for Clifford Ray. It's 32-23. Egan brings Houston back. Sends it over to Gibbs. Gibbs working it inside. Kicks it back out to Egan. Can Egan get the shot off? He can't get the shot off. He tries to get it over to Newland. That's an ugly pass, and it's taken away by Jim King. Chicago regains possession. They've got the chance now to take a double-digit lead for the first time tonight. King with it on the outside. He will pull the trigger from the perimeter, and that one is short. Off the front rim, no good. Cliff Mealy with the rebound for Houston. Empty possession for the Bulls on that trip. Houston back in possession with Newland. Newland will drive. Steps into the lane. Cut off by Ray. His shot is no good. And the rebound is taken again by Jackie Dinkins. 6 rebounds off the bench for Jackie Dinkins for the Bulls. As Chicago sends it down low to Howard Porter. Porter works on the baseline. Backing down on Mealy. Double team comes over. Porter's trapped. He has to call timeout. 13 on the shot clock. As Chicago will restart things. Dick Motta draws up a play. Let's see how the execution winds up. Dinkins to inbound. Sends it up top to Weiss. Weiss from the outside back to Porter. Porter with a baseline jump shot. That's no good. Mealy takes the rebound for Houston. Egan with it now, sends it down low to Mealy. Mealy working on Porter. Mealy on the inside, tries to kick it back out to Newland. That pass is stolen by Jimmy King. That is now 6 turnovers for Houston, only complicating their offensive woes as their shooting percentage has fallen down to 29%. 9 for 31 from the field for Houston, and they are digging themselves a hole here in the second quarter. Chicago with the basketball. They get it to Weiss. Free throw line extended. Jump shot by Weiss is no good. Another rebound for Mealy. That's his 5th. As both teams continue to have a dry spell here in the second quarter. Mealy wants it down low this time. Shoots over Porter, no good, but Porter fouled him. And that will send Mealy to the free throw line. Mealy, a 68% free throw shooter in the NBA season. Connects on the first. Second shot by Mealy is good. And that makes it a 7-point game, 32-25. 8 minutes to play in the second quarter. A couple of Dave updates coming at halftime as they get the ball inside to Jackie Dinkins. Dinkins works it into the lane, working on the smaller Dick Gibbs. He unloads from point-blank range and scores it.
Jackie Dinkins scores.
And he is fouled on the play as Mealy got him with the body. That will send Jackie Dinkins to the free throw line. And with now 8 minutes to play in the second quarter, the starters will return to play. Murphy and Lance, Smith and Tomjanovich, and Elvin Hayes for Houston. Remember, both Murphy and Lance with the 2 fouls, so they will have to play it safe here the remainder of the second quarter. Van Leer and Sloan return to the game for Chicago, along with Love and Burwinkle. Chet Walker will wait until the next dead ball as Jackie Dinkins comes to the free throw line for Chicago. Shot by Dinkins is missed. Rebound is taken by Hayes. Houston basketball. The deficit is 9, 34-25 as the starters return to play. They get it into the hands of Lance. Lance was scoreless in the first quarter. He's immediately going to pull the trigger here to start the second quarter. That shot is no good. The rebound is tipped around into the hands of Hayes. Hayes with a putback attempt. That's good. Hayes with the basket. It's 34-27. As Van Leer sets up the offense for Chicago. Gets it into the hands of Burwinkle. Burwinkle on the wing looking to distribute. Sends it to Tomjanovich, back to Burwinkle inside. Burwinkle working on Hayes now from the point, from the paint. Hits the short jump shot. And that is his first basket of the night. 2 points, 3 rebounds for Burwinkle, as well as a block shot. Houston basketball. They get it to Hayes. Hayes works on Burwinkle. Gets jammed up in the paint, shoots the fadeaway and scores it. And he's hit on the elbow by Burwinkle. So Hayes with 4 quick points since returning to the court. Looking to make it 5 quick points as he heads to the free throw line. And Chet Walker checks back in for the Bulls. Free throw by Hayes is missed. Rebound taken by Burwinkle. The lead remains 7, 36-29. As we welcome Bearsden to the chat. He says, "Go Bulls." And it is a good night to be a Bulls fan as they are home. They are entertaining the crowd here at Chicago Stadium in Game 5 of this best-of-5 playoff series as the Bulls try to eliminate the Houston Rockets on their home floor. Chicago with the possession, leading by 7. 7 minutes to go in the second period. Outside with it is Chet Walker. Walker pulls the trigger from the perimeter, scores it.
Chet Walker.
Good-looking jump shot by Chet Walker. Pushes the lead back to 9. Murphy sets up the Rockets. Sends it inside to Tomjanovich. Tomjanovich works down low against Walker. Fakes, spins left, puts it up and good.
Tomjanovich.
All right, the starting units are fresh and they are connecting on both ends of the court as the lead remains at 7 for the Bulls. Under the leadership of Norman Van Leer. Here's Walker from the outside. He tries to pull the trigger again. It's knocked away from him and out of bounds by Greg Smith. Chicago will retain possession with 9 on the shot clock. They get it to Sloan on the outside, guarded by Lance. Sloan will take it into the lane. Big physical shooting guard is Jerry Sloan. Sees the opening, drives, lays it up and good.
Jerry Sloan from Burwinkle.
Give the assist to Burwinkle. Chicago back on top by 9. Murphy with it, working against Van Leer. Murphy will drive. Gets into the lane, lays it up and good.
Murphy.
He crossed over Van Leer that time. Van Leer, first team All-NBA defense, but Murphy made him look silly on that possession. And Murphy converts to make the score 40-33. Can the Bulls get a stop here? Van Leer sends it over to Sloan. Sloan works down low against Stu Lance. Tries to dump it down to Love on the low block. The short jump shot by Love is good.
Bob Love from Van Lier.
And give the basket to Love. He now leads the Bulls with 7 points. Hayes leads all scorers with 8 for Houston. Houston needs more Elvin Hayes, but Burwinkle has got him smothered down low. The ball goes back to Murphy on the top. Murphy runs into the lane, has a collision with Burwinkle. Shot by Murphy is no good, but the foul is called on Burwinkle, and that will send Calvin Murphy to the line. Murphy, one of the great free throw shooters in NBA history, led the league at 89% in 1971-72, and he connects on the first. Murphy hits them both, and that cuts the lead to 42-35. Now under 6 minutes to play in the first half. Chicago basketball. Van Leer has it on top, guarded by Murphy. 12 on the shot clock. Van Leer looks to distribute. He finds Walker down low working against Greg Smith. Walker from the low block turns and fires and scores it. And he is fouled on the play by Smith. Good physical play by Chet Walker. He converts the basket and gets the three-point play opportunity. And Walker converts the free throw. And for the first time tonight, the Bulls have taken a 10-point lead, 45-35. 5:24 to play in the second quarter. Houston looks inside to Tomjanovich. Back over to Hayes for the 8-footer. Hayes off the glass drops it in. Hayes has 10 points. The lead is back to 8. Van Leer brings the Bulls back. He calls his own number this time. Tries the jump shot from the top of the key. That's no good. Rebound is kicked out of play. Ball goes over to Houston. Quick shot by Van Leer that time, much to the dismay of Coach Dick Motta. Houston basketball now. Houston coach Tex Winter implores his team, run that triangle offense. As they look to pass the ball around the perimeter, they get it to Murphy back on top. Murphy comes off the screen. Plenty of room for a shot from the free throw line. That's good. Murphy converts to cut the lead to 6. We're under 5 minutes to play before halftime. Ball goes into the hands of Jerry Sloan. Sloan works it inside against Stu Lance. Tries to bully his way into the lane. Lance forces him to stop and shoot from 12 feet out. It's no good. Ball goes out of bounds over to Houston. A better effort on the defensive end by Stu Lance that time shuts down the attack from Sloan and gives the basketball back to the Rockets. Trailing by 6, now 4:42 to play before halftime. Murphy sends it over to Lance on the perimeter. Lance will shoot the jump shot from outside. No, it's stolen by Sloan. Slapped away and stolen. Good defense, Jerry Sloan. Chicago basketball. And for those of you who enjoy boxing, it looks like our good friend Steve Tower is coming online with some boxing action on his channel after further review. As ID Jester hits the chat room. Hello, ID Jester. Good to see you as always. Chicago is up on top by 6 here in this one. Just over 4 minutes to play before halftime. Chet Walker gets the ball in the paint. Banging away against Greg Smith in the low block. Walker lowers his shoulder, clears some space, takes the shot and scores it. That's 5 straight for Walker. He's got 11 points now to lead all scorers. And Chicago is back on top by 8. Sloan and Van Leer, very physical guards, says Bears Den. And indeed they were. Jerry Sloan, one of the toughest guys ever to hit the court in the annals of the NBA. He's guarding Stu Lance on this possession. Lance is going to try and cross over on Sloan and get into the lane. Bob Love cuts him off, but Lance stops and pops off the glass and good. Nice offensive effort by Stu Lance. The lead is now 6, 47-41. 4 minutes to play, second quarter. Van Leer with it out on top. Calls a play, sends it down to Walker. Walker's the hot hand for the Bulls. Rises up inside with another shot from the paint. That's good.
Chet Walker from Sloan.
And Walker continues to score with great ease in the paint for Chicago. He's now got 13. The lead is back to 8, 49-41. Rockets finally get it inside to Hayes. Hayes kicks it back out to Murphy, and Murphy scores the jump shot from the free throw line. As Al Red Sox fan joins the chat. My goodness, this place is turning into the coolest place on the internet. Al Red Sox fan, Bears Den, ID Jester, Dave Gardner. What a cast of characters we have here tonight. Hello and welcome to Game 5 of the best-of-5 series between the Rockets and Bulls. The winner of this game moves to the semifinals of the Epic Basketball League 1971-72 season. We're here in Chicago Stadium with the Bulls up by 6, 49-43, in possession of the basketball, 3:23 to play before halftime. They get it into Burwinkle. Burwinkle turns, looks for a cutter. Can't find anybody. He's forced to take the short jump shot, and he scores it. That makes it, once again, an 8-point game, 51-43. Here come Calvin Murphy and the Rockets. They look inside to Hayes. Hayes works against Burwinkle. Has the ball tipped away by Burwinkle, stolen by Van Leer. Here come the Bulls on the fast break. Van Leer in the lead. Van Leer dribbles, weaves his way down the court, dumps it off to Bob Love. Love back to Sloan. Sloan the trailer. We've got a foul, and that is going to be whistled against Van Leer as he was fouled by Hayes. That will be one shot for Van Leer. Probably a smart foul by Hayes to stop the fast break and give Van Leer just a one-shot opportunity. Van Leer, a pretty good free throw shooter. He connects, and that makes it a 9-point game, 52-43. Now 3 minutes to play before halftime. Open for Houston down low is Rudy Tomjanovich. Can they get it to him? They get it to Murphy to Lance, over to Hayes on the baseline. They find Tomjanovich. Love steps in front of him. Defenders all around. Love tips that one out of bounds. Possession remains with Houston with 13 on the shot clock. Lance will take the inbounds pass, working against Sloan. Sends it over to Murphy, back to Lance. Lance with the perimeter jump shot, no good. Rebound taken out of there by Burwinkle for Chicago. Burwinkle rebounding the basketball. That's what they pay him to do. On the offensive end, they're going to send it into Love. Comes off the screen, gets the pass, shoots the jump shot from the baseline. That is good. And Chicago now has their biggest lead of the night. They're up 11, 54-43. Murphy will drive on Van Leer. Gets into the paint. He's cut off by Love. His pull-up jump shot is blocked by Burwinkle. Hayes takes the rebound. Hayes with the putback attempt. Tries to get it to Murphy inside as the cutter, but threw that one away out of bounds for another turnover. Houston continues to be their own worst enemy. Their field goal percentage has improved since the starters returned to play, but they're still only at 40%, and they now have 9 turnovers. Chicago has shot the ball more efficiently and taken care of the ball more efficiently. Bulls only have 3 turnovers compared to 12 assists. So it is no surprise that the Bulls enjoy a comfortable lead here as we head down to the waning moments of the first half. They get the ball down low to Burwinkle once again. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Burwinkle looks for a cutter. Can't find anybody. Shoots the short jump shot. This one is long. Murphy takes the rebound. Murphy wants to run the floor. Can he go coast to coast? He's got Smith on the wing. Murphy from the top of the key draws the double team, and he is fouled by Van Leer. So good aggressive offense by Murphy getting down the court, forcing Van Leer to foul him. Rockets are now in the bonus, so this will be a 2-shot opportunity for Calvin Murphy. The first one is smooth. Murphy hits them both. And the lead is back to single digits, 54-43. 45. Now under 2 minutes to play before halftime. Van Leer sets the offense. He goes down low and looks for Love. Love works against Tomjanovich. Backing it down, Tomjanovich tips the ball away. It is out of bounds, and the referee blows his whistle. And actually, they call Love for the travel on that one. Very nice defense by Tomjanovich. Pulled the chair out from under him. Forced Love off balance. He shuffled his feet and turned it over. Ball goes back over to Houston as they try to cut further into this lead. Ball is in the hands of Murphy. Murphy swings it around to Lance. Lance from the outside. Very good outside shooter. Cannot get that one to go. Rebound is taken by Tomjanovich. Rudy T with the putback attempt off the glass and good.
Tomjanovich.
8 points now and 4 rebounds for Rudy T. The lead is down to 7. Chicago with the basketball. Van Leer calls the play. Sends it over to Sloan. Sloan again tries to muscle his way into the lane. He dumps it off to Love. Gets it back from Love, lays it up and good.
Love from Sloan.
Nice little two-man game there for Love and Sloan. And Chicago goes back on top by 9, 56-47. Houston looks for Hayes. Down low, working against Burwinkle. Burwinkle's done a good job down there in the first half. He forced a tough shot from Hayes that time, but Burwinkle fouled him. And that will be a free throw opportunity for ELVIN Hayes as we have reached the final minute of the first half. That is the third foul on Burwinkle. As Hayes connects on the first free throw, Chicago will go to the bench, and they will bring Clifford Ray back into the game for the final minute of action here, just to be sure Burwinkle doesn't pick up yet another foul. Second shot by Hayes is good. He's got 12 points now on the night. The lead for Chicago is 7, 56-49. As Chicago has the basketball, 39 on the game clock, 13 on the shot clock. Inside they go to Love. Love is fouled by Tomjanovich. That will put Chicago into the bonus and give 2 shots to the Butterbean. First shot for Love is good. Love hits them both. So the second quarter has seen the superstars come to play for both teams. Walker and Love with 13 apiece for Chicago. ELVIN Hayes and Calvin Murphy both with 12 for Houston. Houston now has the basketball, 35 seconds to play. Trailing by 9, it's in the hands of Murphy. Murphy looks inside to Tomjanovich. Can Tomjanovich operate against Love? He double pumps. He powers to the basket. The shot is up, no good. Rebound taken out of there by Chet Walker. And that will give Chicago the possession. Just 1 second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. So the Bulls are going to burn a little clock here. And with 16 seconds to play, they will set up the offense and they'll drop it down inside to Chet Walker. We've got a whistle on the play and an injury as Clifford Ray leaves the court and is replaced by Burwinkle. So bad news there for Chicago fans as Ray limps off the court, shaken up. That could prove to be a problem. Walker to inbound for Chicago. Now 17 seconds on the game clock, 16 on the shot clock. Van Leer with it out on top, passes it inside to Love. Clock ticks down to 7 as Love turns and fires. That's no good. Rebound is taken by Burwinkle. Burwinkle with a putback attempt, 2 seconds on the shot clock. Can't get a shot off. Sends it to Van Leer. Back to Burwinkle. His shot is no good at the buzzer. That is the end of the first half. And let us take a look at the first half box score. Brought to you by A&W No Sugar Root Beer. keeping the pipes wet on a long Friday night broadcast. So here you have it. Houston's shooting percentage was as low as 29% earlier in the game. They've gotten that back up to 40, which still isn't good enough to beat a good team like Chicago. Murphy with 12, Hayes with 12 for the Rockets. And as we mentioned, both Chet Walker and Bob Love with 13 for the Bulls. Burwinkle and Dinkins are your leading rebounders with 6 apiece for the Bulls. But the rebound battle is actually led by Houston, 24 to 22. The real difference here is in the assists and the turnovers. Chicago with a very nice 13 to 4 assist to turnover ratio. And Houston is upside down with only 6 assists compared to 9 turnovers. And that's the big difference in the ball game. Scoring by quarter, Love and Walker took over for Chicago in the second period, combining for 17 of the team's 32 points. Murphy with a big second quarter with 10 points for Houston as they tried to keep it close here in this decisive Game 5 of the quarterfinal series. After this, we will go to the semifinals. Those will also be best out of 5. We've already got the LA Lakers and Milwaukee Bucks lined up for one semifinal. The winner of tonight's game will take on the New York Knicks with a chance to head to the championship finals. And once that happens, we will have the championship round and wrap up things for the Epic Basketball League 1971-72 season. And once that happens, I'm going to change things up on Friday nights a little bit. And I think I'm going to start using my Friday night broadcast to put on some Heartland Championship Wrestling. If I do that on Fridays, that will free up Saturdays, and I can explore some other projects, things that might take longer than a couple of hours to complete. I'd like to get back into History Maker Golf. And that takes up the whole tabletop, as those of you know who play History Maker Golf. And if I switch the wrestling to Friday nights, then I'll have the whole weekend free to do History Maker Golf during the week. During the weekend. But Basketball Friday, says Dave Gardner. Good question. I may do basketball on Mondays. I haven't really decided yet. But we'll see what happens. I'm going to take a break from basketball until I finish up the golf in a few weeks. And then we'll come back with 72-73 Epic Basketball League action. Take a break after every season to keep it a little fresh. Excuse me. Also in Dave news, excuse me for the on-camera nose blow. Yesterday was my cataract surgery, and I am still trying to bounce back from that. The left eye has been giving me problems all day. It was dilated up as big as I've ever seen it after the drops. It's finally starting to come back down, and I went from seeing halos to seeing partial halos to just being sensitive to light. And finally now I think I'm almost back to full vision. I also developed some a runny nose as a result of the surgery. My wife, the nurse, thinks that's just because they were monkeying around with the left side of my head, and I'm kind of responding to that neurologically. But things are finally copacetic, and I now have full vision in both eyes once the left eye settles down, and then I will be back to full strength. So praise God, and thanks to American medicine for cataract surgery and being able to get back into the swing of things as we head to the second half of tonight's ball game, Chicago and Houston. On the court to start the third quarter, it will be the starters for both teams. And I agree, Dave Gardner. It looks much better with the with the bigger icons. Thank you for the feedback there. Chicago wins the tip. They're leading by 9. Van Leer running the point for the Bulls. Calls a play, sends it inside to Chet Walker. Walker was clearly the hot hand for the Bulls in the second quarter. Can he start off the third strong? He shoots over Smith and scores. Chet Walker now has 15 points to lead all scorers. And Chicago back on top by 11, 60-49. Houston has got to get things going on the offensive end. They look inside to ELVIN Hayes. He's their superstar. Working against Burwinkle. Burwinkle made him alter the shot. And we have got a missed shot. And on the rebound, we've got a whistle and a loose ball foul. That is on Tomjanovich, and that is his third. So Houston already in trouble. They cannot afford to lose one of their stars to foul trouble, as it will be one shot for Jerry Sloan in there banging bodies on the boards. Earns a trip to the free throw line where he converts. And that pushes the Chicago lead to 12. 61-49. Houston with the basketball. Smith over to Murphy. Murphy from the outside, covered by Love. Murphy with the perimeter jump shot. That's no good. Murphy gets his own rebound, but it's tipped away and stolen by Jerry Sloan. Chicago regains possession. They go inside to Love. Everybody wants Love on a Friday night. Love in the painted area, shuffles the feet again. No call this time. His short jump shot is good, and that puts Chicago up by 14. Bulls looking to take control of this one early in the third. Murphy brings the offense back for Houston. Looking inside to Tomjanovich. Under the hoop, his little jump shot is good. And that ends a 7-0 scoring streak for the Bulls. As we say good evening to Big Paulie's World of Sports Sims. Good evening to you, sir. It is an honor to have you here in the chat room. Chicago with a 12-point lead and the basketball. Looking inside once again to Chet Walker. Walker works it down low. He's grabbed by Smith, and that's a foul on Smith. And a one-shot free throw opportunity for Chet Walker. Walker hits it. And he's got 16 points now to lead all scorers. The lead for Chicago is 13. Houston trying to get the offense going. They run it through Tomjanovich. He gets into the lane, shoots the layup over Love. It's good. Rudy T now with 12 points for Houston. Ball goes back over to Chicago. Once again, they get it to Walker. Walker in control. This time the fade away from the baseline is good. Walker has hit 8 straight. He's heating up. If you remember the old NBA Jam video game. He's on fire. I don't think Chet Walker played too many video games back in his day. That wasn't a thing. They work it inside to ELVIN Hayes. Hayes over Love. Shoots and scores. Houston trying to keep up, but Chicago has just turned into an offensive machine here to open up the second half. And it has been Chet Walker who's done all the damage. Now they've got Van Leer open on the perimeter. He comes off a screen. He's got room to shoot. He gets a good look and scores it.
Norm Van Leer
for Chicago scored that one. Houston wants it back inside to Hayes. Banging bodies with Burwinkle. Burwinkle with the 3 fouls. And Bob Love came over with the help defense and blocked that shot. Nice help by Bob Love on the double team. Rebounded by Burwinkle. Outlet to Van Leer. The Bulls will run. Van Leer with Love and Sloan. They get it over to Love on the baseline. Cross courts it to Van Leer. Van Leer drives, lays it up and good.
Norm Van Leer from Love.
Chicago has now opened up a 15-point lead. 9.5 to play here in the third quarter. The Bulls are on a run. They are on a rampage. It's a stampede. ELVIN Hayes on the outside now. Too far out to get a good shot. He's going to try and send it back to Lance. Lance gets it into Tomjanovich. His short jump shot is no good. And oh, we've got a whistle, and this is big. This is a loose ball foul, and that will be charged on Borwinkle, and that is his fourth. So Borwinkle in foul trouble. His backup, Clifford Ray, does appear to be ready. Ray limped off the court in the first half, but he is able to return to the court now, and they need him to contribute some big minutes here in the third quarter. Ray, a stellar rebounder, not much of a scorer, but he can rebound with the best of them. Rudy Tomjanovich will shoot one on the loose ball foul. His shot is good. And the lead is cut to 14, 70-56. Chicago with the lead and the basketball. Van Leer out on top, sends it over to Sloan. Sloan sends it back over to Van Leer, back to Sloan. Sloan is going to try and explore the paint once again. Gets into the lane, lays it up and good.
Jerry Sloan from Van Liger.
Very physical basketball player is Jerry Sloan, and that's twice now that he has been able to just bully his way past Stu Lance and get into the lane to convert the hoop. Chicago back on top by 16. Murphy calls his own number, pulls the trigger from the free throw line, extended, scores that one. 72-58. Bulls with the basketball. They get it inside to Love. Everybody wants Love on the inside. His 10-footer is no good. Clifford Ray with his first rebound of the night. Ray with the putback attempt. He lays it up and good.
Clifford Ray.
That puts Chicago back on top by 16 as your play-by-play announcer tries to come up with how many different Love puns he can make in one night. Houston with the basketball. Greg Smith has it on the outside. Tries to send it back out to Lance on the perimeter. Lance gets into the lane, collides with Ray. Lance's layup is good, and Ray fouls him. So very nice move by Stu Lance to get into the lane, convert the basket, take the contact, and get to the free throw line. Lance with just 4 points on the night, make it 5 as he hits that one. But the lead for Chicago remains in 13 with 8:25 to play now in the third quarter. Chet Walker inside, working against Greg Smith. Walker turns and faces up. This shot is short, and Lance grabs the rebound for Houston. Finally, the Rockets get a stop. Can they cut further into the lead? They've got Lance open on the perimeter. He comes off the screen. He dumps it down into Hayes, and it's stolen out of there by Clifford Ray. Ray makes the steal, sends it out to Van Leer. Chicago will run. Van Leer has Sloan. He has Ray. Ray with it on the baseline. Sends it back over to Sloan. Back to Love. And Love throws it away. They tried to get it to Love, who was the trailer. But the pass went astray, out of bounds. Basketball goes back over to Houston as Chicago is unable to convert on that fast break opportunity. Here's Murphy working against Van Leer. Murphy's going to get into the lane. Kicks it out to Lance on the outside. Lance with the jump shot is good. So Murphy drew the defense, kicked it out to the open man. Lance converted that one. The lead is down to 11. Chicago basketball in the hands of Love. Love from the baseline. Steps to his right. Pulls the trigger, and that's no good. Lance with another rebound for Houston. And now the Rockets will run. Calvin Murphy can run with the best of them. He dribbles the ball down the center of the floor. He's got Smith on the wing. Murphy's going to take it coast to coast. His layup is no good. It's blocked away from behind by Ray. The offensive rebound is taken by Smith. Smith with the putback attempt. It's no good. And coming back to snatch that rebound is Bob Love. Believe it or not, his first rebound of the night. Love normally a stellar rebounder, but they haven't needed his efforts. He gets his first rebound as he hustled back to the defensive end to grab that rebound on the miss off the fast break and get another possession for Chicago. Love now has it down low against Lance. Love spins. Love shoots. He misses the short rainbow. And the rebound is taken out of there by Tomjanovich for Houston. Houston trying to get it back to single digits if they can convert on this possession. Lance has it on the outside. He's going to pull the trigger from 16 feet out. He scores it.
From Smith.
Lance heating up here in the third quarter, and that cuts the lead to 9, 74-65. Chicago formerly led by as many as 16, but Houston is on the comeback trail. They're not going to give this game up without a fight. In Game 5 here, the final game of this quarterfinal matchup. Van Leer has it out on top. Looking for a cutter, can't find anybody. Van Leer pulls the trigger from the top of the key. He missed that one. Lance with another rebound for Houston. Houston sets up the offense. They get it inside to the Big E. ELVIN Hayes works against Ray. Turns, shoots the fadeaway. It's good. 16 for Hayes now to lead all scorers, and the lead is cut to 7 as we're at the midway point of the third quarter. Looking for Love on the inside. Love taking care of the basketball. Spins around Tomjanovich, lays it up and good. That puts an end to the Houston run. Let's give that basket to Love. He's got 17 on the night. Chicago back up by 9. Murphy for the Rockets. Sends it inside to Tomjanovich. Tomjanovich trying to get the best of Love, and he cannot do it as Love wrapped him up there, and it's a 24-second shot clock violation. 5:27 to play now in the third. Chicago with the basketball leading by 9. Van Leer looks inside to Walker. Walker has been the hot hand. Can they get it to him down on the low block? They run the offense around the perimeter. Love's got it on the perimeter. Gets it to Van Leer. Van Leer drives, kicks it out to Love, and Love shoots the baseline jump shot. That's good. Walker wanted it down on the low block. They couldn't get it to him. The defense sagged, and they found Love open for the jump shot to put Chicago back out on top by 11, 78-67. The ball now is in the hands of Lance. 5:04 to play in the third. Lance looking inside to ELVIN Hayes. Hayes rises up from the baseline and scores it. The Big E has 18. The lead is back down to 9. 5 minutes even to play here in the third. Love with it on the inside, working against Tomjanovich. Love turns and fires. He scores it. Missed the first one, but tapped in the second one. And that is good. He has got 21 points now to lead all scorers as Bob Love has taken over here late in the third. With it for Houston now is Hayes. Working down low against Clifford Ray. Gets another good look, scores it again. We're seeing some great battles in the paint on both ends of the floor as Houston tries to cut into the lead and Chicago tries to hold the lead. Walker now gets a good look inside over Smith. Cannot get the shot off, and he's called for the 3-second violation. Ball goes over to Houston. Houston again tries to cut into the lead. Murphy with it out on top, denied by Van Leer. Sends it over to Smith on the baseline. Smith has Chet Walker all over him. 17 on the shot clock. Smith looking for help. Finds Tomjanovich on the opposite baseline. 11 on the shot clock. Rudy T looks to get it over to Stu Lance. Lance back to Rudy T on the baseline. The baseline jump shot is good.
Tomjanovich.
I didn't think Rudy T was going to get that one off, and yet somehow he got the shot off ahead of the shot clock and managed to score that one to pull the Rockets within 7. Under 4 minutes to play now in the third. We'll see substitutions at the next dead ball. With it is Sloan on the perimeter. Sloan is going to look to get into the paint once again. Lowering his shoulder and driving against Lance. This time he missed the layup, but he is fouled on the play, and that is going to go against ELVIN Hayes, and that will send Jerry Sloan to the free throw line. First free throw by Sloan is good. That is his 10th point of the night. Substitutions for Houston. Egan and Newland into the backcourt. Dick Gibbs, the sharpshooter, into the small forward. Mealy down low with Cunningham. Weiss comes into the game to run the point for the Bulls. Jackie Dinkins, who had a very nice first half for Chicago, and Howard Porter at the small forwards. Clifford Ray is going to have to stay out there and play the center position for now because Boerwinkle has the 4 fouls. Sloan hits the second free throw, putting Chicago back ahead by 9, 82-73, 3.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Egan sets up the offense for Houston. Tries to get into the lane. His 15-foot jump shot is blocked by Ray and rebounded by Ray. Nice work by Clifford Ray to come off the screen, get a piece of the jump shot, grab the rebound out of there. Possession goes over to Chicago. Dinkins with it on the outside. Tries to find Ray on the inside. Ray can't get anything done. They get it instead to Weiss. Weiss drives into the lane, lays it up, no good. Collision in the lane, no call. Gibbs takes the rebound for Houston. Rockets are going to bring it up slowly as both Jerry Sloan and Bob Weiss get back on defense to cut off the fast break opportunity. Bob Weiss, the backup point guard, another very good player, very good defender in his own right. Down low, they work it to Mealy. Mealy with a short shot over Porter. That's no good. Mealy keeps it alive, catches his own rebound. Mealy with a putback attempt. And that's blocked by Clifford Ray. Ray blocked it again and rebounded it again. He has taken charge in the paint here since entering the ballgame. 2:34 now to play in the quarter. Chicago with it in the hands of Weiss. They dump it inside to Ray. Ray turns on Dick Cunningham. Tries to get the shot off. It's deflected by Cunningham, taken out of there by Mealy on the rebound. Ray denied on that shot opportunity. Houston back in possession. They get it into the hands of Mealy inside once again. Backing down on Porter. Shoots from close range. Misses again. Mealy again takes his own rebound. Dribbles the ball away from the basket. Sends it back out to Egan for a fresh 24. Egan has room to get a shot off on the defensive switch, but he can't hit that. Jerry Sloan pulls the rebound out of there for Chicago, and the Bulls will run. Quick outlet to Weiss. Weiss dribbles to his left. Weiss with a fast break opportunity. His layup is no good, but he is fouled on the play by Gibbs, and that will send Bob Weiss to the free throw line. As Chicago looks to extend the lead. Weiss hits the first free throw. That puts Chicago up by 10, 83-73. And into the game comes Jim King, substituting for Jerry Sloan for Chicago. Second free throw for Weiss is no good. Battle for the rebound is taken by Howard Porter on the offensive glass. Porter with a putback attempt. Tries to swing it over to Dinkins, and that pass is stolen by Newland. That's a turnover. So Houston recovers the defensive effort there with a turnover, but they still trail by 10 with under 2 minutes to play here in the third. Egan with the basketball out on top. Guarded by Weiss. Egan from the free throw line stops, pops, and scores. 4 points now for Egan. The Chicago lead is cut to 8. The Bulls set up the offense. They get it outside to King. King from 16 feet out. Tries to get it to Ray on the bounce pass. Bad pass snatched out of there by Mike Newland for the Rockets. Houston gets another possession. They get it into the hands of Newland on the perimeter. Newland looks to drive. Newland gets into the paint, lays it up and good.
Newland. from Egan.
First basket of the night for Mike Newland. Newland in this season is just a rookie, but he would go on to become a fixture in the Houston backcourt. Had a very substantial career, one of the leading scorers for the Rockets in the decade of the 70s. Despite the fact that he looked like the Geico caveman back in the day. Chicago with the basketball, leading only by 6 now as we enter the final minute of play here in the third period. They get it inside to Porter. Porter works inside against Mealy. Down on the low block, turns, fires. It's blocked. Mealy got him. Gibbs gets the rebound and takes it out of there for Houston. Rockets looking to cut further into the lead. Now 30 seconds to play in the quarter. Mealy on the inside. 10 on the shot clock. Mealy takes the short jump shot. It's off the rim, no good. Rebound taken out of there by Clifford Ray. We've now got 17 on the game clock, 16 on the shot clock. Weiss is going to dribble down some clock. Send it over to King. King's going to send it inside to Porter. Porter down low, gets the pass from King, turns, lays it up and good.
Howard Porter from King.
First basket of the night for Porter. Puts Chicago up by 8. Still 7 seconds to play. Houston will have a shot at the final opportunity of the quarter. Down by 8. Newland has it inside the key. He fakes, he shoots, he misses at the buzzer. And that is the end of the third quarter. Your third quarter score, Chicago 85, Houston 77. As we take a look at the box score, Houston still slowly improving that shooting percentage. They're up to 44%, which is almost respectable. But Chicago was very steady during the during the third quarter. They're up to 52% on the game and still leading by 8. Comfortable lead. Leading scorer of that quarter was Bob Love for Chicago with 8. Elvin Hayes with 8 for Houston. So it's the final stand for the Rockets. Can they overcome this deficit in the fourth quarter and pull the upset here in Chicago Stadium? Or will the second-seeded Bulls be able to move on into the semifinals to face the New York Knicks? We've got both groups of backups still on the floor here, probably until just about the 9-minute mark. We'll come back a little earlier with the starters, given the magnitude of this Game 5. Chicago wins the jump, takes possession of the ball. Weiss with the ball out on top. Weiss looks to Dinkins on the outside. Not much of a scoring threat. Dinkins tries to dump it inside to Porter. Porter works against Mealy. Bad pass. Mealy takes it away. Houston basketball. Egan brings back the Rockets, working deliberately. Looking for the open man. The open man down low is Mealy. Mealy works inside against Porter. Shot clock running down. And Mealy throws it away. Tried to find Newland cutting in there. Bob Weiss stepped into the passing lane and took it away. Chicago back in possession. Weiss brings it up. Looks inside to Porter. Porter from the inside. He shoots, he scores.
Howard Porter.
That's a big basket for Howard Porter. Puts Chicago back on top by 10, 87-77. As we welcome our Red Sox fan back into the arena for the final stretch of play here in quarter number 4, 11 minutes to play. On the inside with it is Gibbs working against Dinkins. Gibbs is not a low post player. He tries to get something off over Dinkins and he scores it. How about that?
From Newland.
Gibbs got it to go. The lead is cut back down to 8. Here's Weiss with the outside jump shot. Free throw line extended. He scores it. Chicago back on top by 10. Bulls content to trade baskets here. Can they get a stop on the defensive end? They get it into the hands of Newland. Newland will drive. Weiss falls down. Newland lays it up and good. Newland wanted the whistle, but will get none.
Newland from Egan.
He does get the basket. The lead is cut back to 8. 2 minutes gone by here in the fourth quarter. Houston needs a stop. Chicago gets it inside to Dinkins. Dinkins works against the smaller Gibbs. Gets it into the paint. Puts it up with the right hand. It's blocked. Mealy took it away. Houston gets another possession. We're under 10 minutes to play. The lead is 8. Houston tries to beat the trap. Egan gets it inside to Mealy. Mealy works against Porter in the paint. Shoots from in close and scores.
Mealy.
Mealy missed his first 10 free throw field goal shots. Finally, he makes one, and it's a big one. It cuts the lead to 6. Chicago runs the interior screen. They get Porter open on the low block. He's got a mismatch over the smaller Egan. Can they get it to him? Weiss over to King. King back to Weiss. Weiss into Porter. Ill-advised pass. He threw it away. Another turnover for Chicago. Basketball goes over to Houston. And the battle of the turnovers has just about evened out. Houston has kind of steadied their pace. Chicago now up to 11 turnovers. And Houston has a chance now to cut the lead to 4. That's as close as they've been in quite some time. Egan looking to set things up. Gets it over to Gibbs on the wing. Gibbs, one of their better shooters. He cannot connect this time. The battle for the rebound goes to Howard Porter. Chicago gets possession. Porter with a quick outlet to Bob Weiss. The Bulls will run. They've got 3-on-1 going the other way. Ray with it on the free throw line extended. Sends it to King. King drives the left side of the court. His shot is blocked. How about that? Dick Cunningham recovers onto the transition defense, gets a piece of that shot. Gibbs takes the rebound out of there for Houston. That was a miraculous defensive play by Houston as they were facing down a 3-on-1 opportunity. As D. Scott Howard is in the chat room, just watched WWU beat SPU in W ball. You're going to have to help us with those abbreviations here, D. Scott. I think WWU is Western Washington. And I'm going to guess SPU is Seattle Pacific. I don't know. Help us out there, D. Scott. Good to have you here, by the way. Good basketball game here in Chicago. It's Game 5 of the best of 5 quarterfinal series between the Houston Rockets and the Chicago Bulls. Houston has been trailing most of the night. They've pulled to within 6. They have the basketball with a chance to cut it to 4 with 9 minutes, 8 seconds to play in the ball game. Johnny Egan running the point. Takes it into the front court. He's guarded by King. Egan's going to call his own number. Egan gets into the lane. His short jump shot is blocked by Ray. Egan steals the rebound. That gives Houston a fresh 24. Over to Newland on the wing. Newland dribbles into the front court. They send it inside to Cunningham, the open man on the block. Cunningham shoots and scores.
Cunningham from Newland.
That's 4 points for Cunningham, and none bigger than those two. The lead has been cut to 4. As, yes, D. Scott Howard, it is Western Washington over Seattle Pacific in women's basketball. Is that a conference tournament, or are they still in the regular season out there? Or tell us, D. Scott, the significance of that one as Chicago brings the basketball back, clinging to a 4-point lead. Clifford Ray has it on the inside, working against Cunningham. Ray turns. He shoots. He misses. Rebound goes to Porter. Porter tries the putback. The putback attempt by Porter is good.
Howard Porter.
And that makes it 91-85 in favor of Chicago. as the Rockets will take a timeout and we'll get our starters back into the game for both teams. All right, it's all come down to this. A 5-game series has come down to the final 8 minutes of play here in the fourth period. Chicago leading by 6. Can they hang on and advance, or can Houston pull the upset? Action continues with Murphy. Murphy sets things up for Houston. They get it to Lance on the outside. Lance comes off the screen. Got a wide open look from the free throw line. He shoots and left it short. He needed that one, but Murphy sneaks in for the offensive rebound. Smallest man on the court. Snuck in, grabbed that rebound. That's a new possession for Houston. Big play by Murphy back into the ball game. Once again, they send it over to Lance. He was the hero of Game 3, and he drills the jump shot here.
From Murphy.
WW playing a 6-game season just to get back on the court. All 3 seniors get to come back next year. That's good to hear. Thanks for the update there, D. Scott. And it is now a 4-point game with 8 minutes to play. Chicago leads by 4, 91-87. They have got the basketball. Norm Van Leer at the point. Sends it inside to Bob Love. Love works over Tom Janovich. He puts up the shot. It's good.
Bob Love from Van
Give the
Leer.
assist to Van Leer. He's now got 10 assists on the night to go with 11 points. That's a double-double. Chicago back on top by 6. Houston basketball. They look inside to Hayes. He's their big stud in the middle, working against Burwinkle, and loses it out of bounds. Burwinkle has really held his ground nicely against Hayes tonight. Hayes has 20 points, but he has had to earn those the hard way. And Burwinkle made the big defensive play on that possession to give the ball back to Chicago with a chance to extend the lead. Now 7:19 to play. Love on the baseline. Love with the jump shot. It's good.
Bob Love.
Bob Love heating up here in the fourth. He's now got 25 points to lead all scorers, and he has put Chicago back on top by 8. Houston needs to get back on the comeback trail. They get it inside to Hayes. He's their big play man. His layup is no good. Tipped out of there by Burwinkle. Rudy Tomjanovich with the offensive rebound. The putback attempt by Tomjanovich is blocked. Bob Love got that one. Greg Smith with the offensive rebound. 5 on the shot clock as Smith lays it up. That's no good. Tomjanovich takes another offensive rebound. Houston attacking the boards with ferocity, and Tomjanovich finally gets the putback to go. It took him 4 tries, but the Rockets got the basket, and that pulls the lead back to 6. Houston needs a stop here. The ball goes over to Sloan. Sloan looks inside to Walker. They can't find Walker. They get it to Love. Love misses the jump shot, and on the rebound, we've got a loose ball foul called, and that is called against Chet Walker. That will be a one-shot opportunity for Rudy Tomjanovich here with 6:37 to play. Rudy T lines it up and delivers. He's got 18. The lead now is 5, 95-90. Van Leer sets up the offense, looking down low for Love. They get it to Walker. Walker gets it inside to Love. Love kicks it back out to Sloan. Back inside to Love. Love shoots over Tomjanovich. Off the glass, no good. Rebound by Tomjanovich. Good ball movement by Chicago. Better team defense by Houston. Rudy T denies Love at the paint. And now it is a fast break opportunity for the Rockets. Calvin Murphy, one of the fastest men in the league, dribbles to his left, dribbles into the lane, finds Lance in the paint, and Lance is fouled by Chet Walker. Again, just a one-shot opportunity, that foul on the floor, and neither team is in the bonus yet. Houston hasn't even committed a foul here in the fourth. The refs are letting them play as Lance scores on the free throw. That cuts the lead back down to 4. 95-91. 6:23 to play in the game. Chicago on the offense with Burwinkle. Back to Van Leer. Defended by Murphy. Murphy stole it. Good steal by Murphy. Once again, Murphy breaks loose into the open court. Fast break opportunity for Houston. Murphy drives to the center of the lane. Free throw line. Fakes around Sloan. Lays it up and good. Murphy with the steal and the coast-to-coast layup has pulled the Rockets to within 2. What an exciting fourth quarter. We are at the midway point. 6 minutes to play. And now we've got an injury on the play. Norm Van Leer looks like he rolled an ankle trying to get back to defend that fast break. He is limping off the court, and that will bring Bob Weiss back into the game for Chicago. That is a significant loss for Chicago, but Bob Weiss certainly a solid player in his own right, and he will hold his own down the stretch here. Probably of all the backup players on either side, Weiss would be the best guy of any of the backup players that we've seen. So the Bulls will miss Van Leer, but Weiss a very solid replacement for the final 6 minutes of action here as the trainers immediately go to work on that left ankle of Norm Van Leer. Chicago with the basketball. Walker to inbound. They get it inside to Love. Love on the low block, working against Smith. His shot is no good, but he is fouled on the play by Tomjanovich. And Bob Love will go to the line to shoot 2. A 78% free throw shooter on the regular season. His first shot is good. 19 straight for Love. And he makes it 20 in a row, as he now has 27 points on the night, and the Chicago lead is back up to 4, 97-93. Here's Murphy. Over to Lance on the perimeter. Lance, a clutch player. His shot from the right wing, he left it short, but the rebound is taken out of there by Greg Smith for Houston. Smith with the putback attempt. Goes to the left hand, leans it in, and lays it up and good. Another offensive putback for the Rockets. The lead is cut to 2. 97-95. Chicago with the basketball. Into the hands of Burwinkle inside. 17 on the shot clock. Burwinkle looks for a cutter. Excellent passing big man. Tries to get it to Love down low. Awful pass out of bounds. That's a turnover to Houston. And for the first time, the turnover margin favors Houston. Chicago has gotten a little loose with the basketball here down the stretch. And Houston now has a chance to tie the ball game with 5:18 to play. They work it inside to Hayes. That's exactly the man you want to have the ball in his hands in this situation. Working against Burwinkle. Hayes. Drop step, layup, good. Got the best of Burwinkle on that possession, and the ball game is tied 97-97 with 5 minutes 14 seconds to play. Houston has come all the way back from a 16-point deficit, and this series is tied. This game is tied. The next 5 minutes and 14 seconds will decide who moves to the semifinals. Chet Walker with the basketball, guarded on the outside by Lance. Lance is all over him. 14 on the shot clock. Walker looks for help. Finds Sloan. 7 on the shot clock. Sloan's going to have to put it up over Lance on the inside. And his shot is blocked. Taken out of there by Lance. We are tied, and Houston now has the chance to take the lead. They have not led in this entire ball game. But they have a chance to take the lead here as the fans in Chicago Stadium are on their feet, imploring their team to make the defensive stand here. Houston's going to try to get it to Hayes. Hayes takes the pass from Lance. Hayes turns. He fires. He scores!
Hayes from Lance.
Houston has taken the lead with 4 minutes, 30 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. That is the first Rockets lead of the night. Chicago is sputtering to the finish. Norm Van Leer still out of action on the bench. Weiss gets it into Walker. Walker works it down low into the paint. Walker puts the shot up. It's short. But he is bumped on the play by Smith. And that will be a foul, and that will be 2 shots for Chet Walker, who can tie the game up here from the free throw line. 4:15 to play. Walker hits the first. The second shot by Walker is good, and once again we are tied. 99-99, 4:15 to play. Houston with the basketball. Murphy calls a play. They get Tomjanovich open down low. Rudy T in the paint. His short jump shot is good.
Tomjanovich.
That's 20 for Rudy T. Houston back on top, 101-99. 4 minutes, 1 second to play. Weiss with it, working against Murphy. 12 on the shot clock. Weiss will pull the trigger. And he has it stolen by Murphy. Murphy stole it. Here come the Rockets on the break. Murphy going coast to coast. Drops it in, lays it up, and good.
Murphy.
How about that? Murphy faked the pass to Hayes, drew the defense away, took it right down the center of the floor, open lane, layup is good. Houston on top by 4. How about Calvin Murphy running the fast break here tonight? He's now got 18. Rockets are coming up big. Tomjanovich with 24. Tomjanovich with 20, Hayes 24, Murphy 18. The big three for Houston have come up big here in the fourth quarter. Walker has it for Chicago. His perimeter jump shot is good.
Chet Walker.
That ends the scoring drought for Chicago and cuts the lead to 2. Under 3.5 to play. Houston with the basketball and the lead, 103-101. Hayes with it on the outside, back to Murphy up on top. Murphy's jump shot from the free throw line is no good. The rebound is taken by Bob Love for Chicago. Bulls with a chance to tie the score. The ball goes to Weiss out on top. 13 on the shot clock. Weiss looks down low to Love. Love working against Rudy T. One-handed jump hook, rolls around and off. No good. That one was halfway down, but it came back out. Smith takes the rebound. Here's the outlet. Houston wants to run again. Murphy in the lead. He's got Lance and Smith on the wings. Murphy at the free throw line extended. Layup is no good. Murphy missed the layup. Chet Walker got the rebound. Good transition defense by Chicago, hustling back to deny Murphy on the fast break opportunity. And we're now under 3 minutes to play. Chicago with the basketball, trailing by 2. Bob Weiss dribbles into the front court. Looks to Walker on the wing. Walker from the outside. Tries to take the jump shot. It's no good. Out of bounds to Houston. Walker is furious. He is saying that Greg Smith hit him on the elbow. But he is not getting any sympathy from the referees here tonight. And the Chicago bench is livid. Dick Motta is screaming for the foul. No foul will be called. 2:38 to play. The ball goes back over to Houston with the 2-point lead. Murphy out on the top of the key. Working against Weiss. Murphy's going to call his own number. From the top of the key, we have got a whistle, and it is a foul on Weiss. Murphy tried to get around Weiss. Weiss knocked him to the floor. Once again, Weiss is claiming that that should have been a charge, but it is called a block, and that will be a one-shot opportunity for Calvin Murphy. Murphy, an 89% free throw shooter, led the league in free throw percentage in 71-72. He converts on that. It's now a 3-point lead. Chicago needs a basket desperately. Trailing by 3, just over 2 minutes to play. Walker gets inside. Rudy T comes over on the switch. Walker with the shot from the paint. Rolls around and out again. But we have got a whistle, and that is basket interference on Burwinkle. So that one looked to be falling off the rim. Burwinkle went for the tip in, made contact with the basketball before it was out of the cylinder, and the referees blew the whistle, and Dick Motta is now beside himself. The Bulls cannot catch a break here in the final stretch. Houston now with the basketball and with a 3-point lead as they look to pull the upset. They go inside to Tomjanovich. Tomjanovich has come up strong. He dumps it down to Hayes. Hayes gets it back to Rudy T. It's stolen by Weiss. Big defensive play by Bob Weiss. Regains possession for Chicago. We're now under 2 minutes. Bulls with the basketball. Weiss brings it up. Confusion on the offense. Weiss dribbles it back, calls a play, comes off the screen. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Weiss will drive the lane. He's got an opening. What's he going to do? He's cut off by Hayes. His shot is blocked. Tomjanovich on the rejection. Hayes on the rebound for Houston. A huge defensive play by Rudy Tomjanovich. Houston has the basketball. Under a minute and a half to play. Houston leading by 3. Inside they go to Hayes. Hayes in the lane. Ill-advised pass over to Smith. It's stolen by Love. Chicago with the opportunity for numbers in transition. Sloan in the lead. Over to Love on the baseline. Love kicks it back to Sloan. Sloan lays it up and good.
Sloan from Love.
The defense by Chicago leads to the transition points. It's now a 1-point game, a minute 20 to play. Houston with the basketball, clinging to that narrow lead. As Murphy looks for an open teammate. 17 on the shot clock. Murphy's going to go one-on-one against Weiss. Murphy drives the lane. Cut off by Burwinkle. Layup no good. Offensive rebound by Greg Smith. The Rockets keep possession. Smith is going to pass it back out on top. A fresh 24. A minute 6 on the game clock. Chicago needs a stop here, and they need the rebound. The first time around they got the stop, but Greg Smith with a big offensive rebound keeps possession for the Rockets. Smith now with it inside, working against Walker. 14 on the shot clock. Smith finds Murphy open on top. Murphy from the outside. His shot is good.
Murphy from Lance.
Murphy with the jump shot. He scores it. The lead is 3, 106-103. And this is before the era of the three-point shot, so this is a two-possession ball game. Houston needs to play strong defense here, but not foul. As Weiss brings the Bulls back down the other way. They run the interior screen. They've got Love open in the paint. He shoots, he scores.
Bob Love.
Back to a 1-point game. 36 on the game clock, 24 on the shot clock. Houston will need a good shot here and a good possession here to score this one. If Chicago gets the stop here, they may have a chance to win the game or to tie the game or win the game in their final possession. Lance to inbound to Murphy on top, 17 on the shot clock. The pass goes to Lance on the wing, tightly guarded by Weiss. The shot by Lance is short. He left it short, but Rudy Tomjanovich comes in and gets the offensive rebound. How about that? He passes it back out to the top of the key, and now we've got a whistle and a foul. Tomjanovich is grabbed by Love. That will just be one shot. Smart foul by Bob Love. As it will just be a one shot for Rudy Tomjanovich. Tomjanovich makes the free throw. That makes it a 2-point game, 107-105. And with 22 seconds to play, Chicago has the opportunity to tie the game here on their final possession. So a smart foul by Chicago regains possession for them on the one-shot free throw that was good by Tomjanovich. But it is now 107-105 with 22 seconds to play. Weiss sets up the offense. Will they go to Walker? Will they look for Love? 16 to play. They get it to Sloan on the wing as the forwards are denied. Sloan's going to try and force it down low to Love. Love comes off the screen. He's open. His shot from the paint. Oh, it rolls around and out. Walker with the rebound. 4 seconds to play. Walker with a putback attempt. Can he get it up before the buzzer? His short jump shot is good. Wow. Chet Walker has tied the game with 1 second to play on the offensive boards. And it looks like this one is going to go to overtime. Houston with a desperation heave. They won't get the shot off. And we are going to overtime. Game 5 of the series goes to overtime. It doesn't get any better than this. To overtime we go. Chicago would really love to have Norm Van Leer back on the court, but he just cannot get that ankle worked out. Bob Weiss doing an admirable job in his place as we head to overtime. The Bulls were looking for Love in all the wrong places. Instant classic, says D. Scott Howard. As the tip is controlled by Chicago. Burwinkle takes possession. The open man inside is Love. Love working on Rudy T. What a great matchup we're seeing here tonight. Good motion offense by Chicago. Love gets open for the shot. The turnaround jump shot is missed. Rebound taken by Lance. Lance and Murphy will run. This is what Murphy does best. Murphy quick down the court. Weiss on the defense. The dish to Lance on the sideline. And the ball is knocked away out of bounds. Thrown away by Lance. Basketball goes over to Chicago. How about that? Missed opportunities on both ends in the first 16 seconds of the overtime. 4:44 to play. We are tied at 107. Chicago with the basketball. The pass goes to Love. Working once again on Rudy T. Backing down. Turns and shoots. The layup is missed. Too long. Burwinkle with the offensive rebound. Burwinkle looks to pass. The open man is Sloan. Sloan delivers it over to Weiss. 13 on the shot clock. Weiss will take the jump shot from outside, and he nails it.
Bob Weiss.
Clutch shot by Bob Weiss, playing in place of the injured Norm Van Leer. Puts Chicago on top by 2, 109-107. 4 minutes to play. Murphy on the outside. Crosses over, gets into the lane against Weiss. Cut off by Burwinkle. The shot is missed. The rebound goes to Hayes. Hayes on the putback. And he left that one short. Chet Walker comes out with the rebound for Chicago. Chicago looks to run. Weiss and Sloan running the floor. Weiss dribbles to his right. Sends it to Sloan on the left. Sloan lays it up and good. And he is fouled on the play by Lance. A huge basket for Jerry Sloan with the foul. Chicago goes up by 4. Sloan can make it 5 from the free throw line. And Sloan converts. As Chicago comes out and scores the first 5 points of the overtime to take the lead 112-107. Houston in trouble here. They run the inside screen. They've got Greg Smith open down low. Not your usual source of offense, but he's got a mismatch down there against Weiss. And Smith is called for the offensive foul. How about that defense by Bob Weiss? He was overmatched, but he held his ground and he drew the charge. And that is a huge play for the Bulls. Weiss now brings back the offense. 3:24 to play in the overtime. Chicago ahead by 5. Inside they go to Love. Working against Rudy T. His little jump shot is good.
Bob Love from Weiss.
And Love puts Chicago up by 7. Houston's going to need a miracle here to get back into this one. They send it inside to Hayes. Hayes works against Burwinkle. In the paint. Whistle on the play, and that is an offensive foul against Hayes. How about that? 2 straight offensive fouls called on Houston, and now it is Tex Winter's turn to have it out with the referees on the sidelines. As Chicago has the basketball and the 7-point lead, 2 straight offensive fouls called on the Rockets have taken the ball out of their hands. Here's Sloan with it on the outside. Looks inside to Love. Love in the clutch against Rudy T. Scores it again. Bob Love has taken over here in overtime, and Chicago has gone on a 9-0 run. They lead 116-107 as we are under 3 minutes to play here in the overtime. Houston desperately in need of points. They get it into Hayes once again. Hayes inside, double teamed. A bad pass. Stolen by Bob Weiss. 3-on-1 for Chicago going the other way. Weiss has Walker and Sloan. Weiss dribbles up the center of the floor. Lays it up and good.
Bob Weiss.
Houston up by 11 as we have reached the midway point of the overtime and Houston is yet to score. Here's Lance from the outside. As Houston needs to shoot quickly. That shot was off a little too quick, but he is fouled on the play by Walker, and that will be 2 shots for Stu Lance. 12 on the night for Lance, make it 13 as he connects on the first free throw. That ends the rally, but Houston still trails by 12. Second shot by Lance is missed, and Burwinkle takes the rebound for Chicago. Bulls now leading comfortably by 10. 2:19 to play. And they're going to burn a little clock here as Weiss dribbles out on the top of the key, down to 8 on the shot clock. They're going to look for Walker on the wing. Walker with the outside jump shot. It's off the rim, no good. Rebound taken by Hayes for Chicago. Chicago wants to push the tempo. They get it to Murphy. Murphy will run the floor, sends it to Smith. They've got Lance running the center of the court as the trailer. But we have got a whistle and a tie-up as Hayes is tied up by Burwinkle. Another fine defensive play by Chicago in transition by Burwinkle to tie up the possession, and it is a jump ball. Under 2 minutes to play. It's a 10-point game. The jump ball is controlled by Houston. The ball is in the hands of Murphy. Murphy sends it to Lance on the perimeter. The shot by Lance is short. Off the front of the rim, no good, but he is fouled on the play by Burwinkle. 2-shot opportunity for Lance. He makes the first. Chicago's going to go to the no fouls strategy. Houston is going to have to quicken the pace on the offense if they're going to make up this 9-point deficit with under 2 minutes to play. Lance makes the second. That cuts the lead to 8, 118-110. Worst lead in basketball, says Dave Gardner. Chicago again will let some time elapse. 15 on the shot clock now. Weiss is going to send it into Chet Walker. Walker works into the paint. They can't get the ball to him. Instead, it's Weiss who's forced to take the jump shot. That's no good. And Hayes takes the rebound for Houston. What can the Rockets do here? Murphy in the front court. Swings it over to Lance. Lance, the sharpshooter, can't hit from the perimeter. The rebound is taken by Sloan. Big miss there for Lance. He had a chance to cut into the lead. Sloan with a nice rebound. Weiss brings the ball up. And Weiss is fouled by Murphy. That will put Chicago into the bonus. And it will be 3 to make 2 for Bob Weiss. Weiss connects on the first. 119-110. Minute 24 to play as the fans here in Chicago Stadium come to their feet. Weiss hits the second. That pushes the lead back to 10. 120-110. A triumphant overtime period for Chicago after they let the lead slip away in the fourth quarter. Murphy brings the ball up. He's going to take the quick shot from outside. His shot is no good. Hayes climbs the ladder, keeps the rebound alive. Hayes with the putback. And it's blocked by Burwinkle. How about that? Another rebound for Sloan. The Chicago defense once again comes up strong, and this time they will walk the basketball up the floor. No need for a fast break opportunity in this situation. Weiss is going to dribble off some time, and he's fouled by Sloan. Actually, excuse me, Weiss threw the ball to Sloan, and Sloan was fouled by Lance. Sloan is not a great free throw shooter, but he will get the 3 to make 2. The first one falls. Sloan hits the first 2, and that pushes the lead to 122-110. The season slipping away from the Houston Rockets after a stellar performance in the quarterfinal series from start to finish. They get it in quickly to Hayes. Hayes shoots the runner. It's blocked again by Burwinkle. Chicago's defense is impenetrable here in the overtime as Weiss takes the rebound out of there for the Bulls. And we are in the final minute of play here in the overtime. Chicago up by 12. What an overtime performance by the Bulls, particularly on the defensive end. They burn the clock down to 10 on the shot clock. They look for Walker. Walker on the inside, lays it up over Smith, and good. Actually, he missed that, and it was tipped home by Burwinkle. 6 points now, 11 rebounds for Burwinkle. 46 seconds to play. The lead is 14. Nobody is leaving Chicago Stadium. They are all on their feet cheering for their Bulls. As the clock winds down on this overtime period, here's Rudy T on the inside. His layup is off the rim, no good. Tipped up by Hayes, no good. Rebounded by Tomjanovich. Rudy T with a putback attempt, and this time it goes.
Tomjanovich.
Rockets are going to work hard until the final buzzer here, but it's too little and too late as the lead is 12 and the clock is down to 34 seconds. Weiss will kill some clock. Houston will not foul. They send it into Walker with 5 on the shot clock. Walker shoots the short jump shot, no good, but he is fouled on the play by Smith, and it will be Chet Walker headed to the free throw line. Walker with 24 on the night, 25 now as he connects on the first free throw. Walker hits them both. 126-112 is your score, although this game was much closer and much more thrilling than the final score will indicate. Chicago came off the mat in the final minute of play to force overtime and took control in the overtime. Here's Murphy with a shot from the foul line extended. That's no good. Hayes takes down the rebound. Hayes with the putback attempt. That's good.
Hayes.
But there are only 4 seconds to play, and that is going to be the end of it here. As Weiss dribbles out the clock, and that is your ball game. hugs and handshakes around on the center court as we look at the game's final box score. As Chicago wins the game and wins the series, the fourth quarter was all Houston, 30-22. Chicago just barely was able to force overtime on that putback by Chet Walker with 4 seconds to play. But in the overtime, it was Chicago who took control and wins this one going away. Your final score, 126-114. Leading scorer of the night, Bob Love, 33 points to go with 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Chet Walker with 26. Jerry Sloan with a big 18 points and 6 rebounds and some clutch play. And give credit to Bob Weiss, 11 points off the bench, played those crucial minutes down the stretch with Van Leer injured, and 3 crucial steals for Bob Weiss. Clifford Ray also with some valuable contributions off the bench, 4 block shots. For Houston, it was a solid team effort. They started slow, they struggled, they came on in the fourth to take the lead. Hayes led the Rockets with 26, Tomjanovich 23, Murphy 21, but just couldn't get it done in the overtime. Your overtime scoring, it was Love who got the Bulls off quickly in the overtime period, but Weiss actually was 6 points in the overtime for Chicago as the Bulls put away Houston in a very exciting 5-game series. All right, thank you so much for everybody who tuned in tonight. Great crowd tonight, great banner in the chat room. I love having folks come out for Friday night basketball. So thanks to Dave Gardner, D. Scott Howard, Al Red Sox fan, Baseball Demos, thanks for stopping in, Bears Den 007. I'm sure he is thrilled that his Bulls pulled this one out in overtime. Big Paulie's World of Sports Sims, ID Jester made an appearance here tonight. So a great crowd and a great time was had by all. Thank you all once again from the Dave Cave. On behalf of the Epic Sports Broadcasting Network, that's our stream, and I am out of here.